Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us today as we talk about University of Vermont pre-college programs. We're so happy to have you join us. We're going to briefly go over introductions. We're going to talk about what are pre-college programs at the University of Vermont, some options for you to consider as a student or a parent of high school students. We also have free courses through the dual enrollment program. What does that mean? What does that actually mean to have a free course? We're going to walk you through that dual enrollment and that voucher process, how you can speak with your counselor about getting involved in the dual enrollment to take those courses. And then Summer Academy is fast approaching. So we're going to talk about what is Summer Academy, application process, and those deadlines. My name is Nicola Willier-Fenton. I work in our professional and continuing education department. And Kristen Kabashian is with us as well. She works very closely with our pre-college students, and she will guide us through this pre-college journey today as we talk about it. So let's start there. Kristen, what exactly is pre-college? What does that mean for a high school student to be able to take courses here at the University of Vermont?
It's an opportunity for students who are in college, high school. Most of the students taking classes are in 10th, 11th, and 12th grades. They are able to take courses here at UVM at the college level. They can earn college credit that will be transferable to outside institutions, and they can fulfill high school requirements as well.
And some of the things that I think I hear a lot from high school students, credits, yes, wonderful, of course, to come into college of credits. Affordability, being able to utilize the dual enrollment program, which we'll talk a minute. But really, it goes so beyond that. It goes beyond just the credits. It goes more towards the experience of growth, of personal growth of students, and also helps them on that path to college to determine majors, minors. Sometimes we hear students say, oh gosh, I didn't realize there were so many aspects to medicine. I might minor in this. So what are some of the other things that you hear? And I know we have kind of some points on the screen, but what do you hear from students or some of those other things that they get out of a pre-college program?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is to understand the expectations and rigor of a college level class. There is certainly a difference between high school and college. There's a lot more autonomy. You have to be self-motivated. There's not a lot of prompts. Faculty aren't going to give you a lot of prompts. So there's a lot more responsibility in taking the college level class. And I think that's a big learning opportunity for high schoolers, because then they walk into college prepared. They understand what the requirements are, that it is not all very new to them, and they don't have to start off with like 5 classes at once and having never experienced what a college course is like.
Yeah,
I think it is also an opportunity to take classes that wouldn't otherwise be offered at the high school level. If you've ever gone on to our registrar's website, you can see we have subjects ranging from studio art to wildlife and fisheries. So it runs the full gambit. So students have an opportunity to test the waters in subjects that they wouldn't otherwise have exposure to.
Yeah, I do. I hear that a lot too, that it really it's such a breadth of things that they could do that they didn't have offered at high school. And so that gives students, and they get really excited at the opportunity to add credits, test out college, and then really try something that they might be interested in. So that's wonderful. So dual enrollment, this is a wonderful program at Vermont that's for high school juniors and seniors, and they can take up to 2 college courses, and we kind of air quote around free. It's tuition fully reimbursed through the voucher system. So can you explain that? What is the dual enrollment program and how does that work here?
Sure. It's for Vermont high school students. As you said, they have to be juniors or seniors, and juniors can be rising juniors. So as soon as you finish your sophomore year, you are eligible to request a voucher from the Agency of Education. And those vouchers are applicable to the tuition costs of courses for two separate courses up to 4 credits. So some of our classes are 4 credits, like a calculus course is 4 credits. The voucher would cover the tuition for that 4 credits. And then on top of it, students are responsible for comprehensive fees, which varies based on the amount of credits that you are currently enrolled. But the voucher is specific to Vermonters, and it is limited to those in the junior, senior year. If you're not eligible for the voucher, you do get a 50% tuition discount.
Yes. Yes, and we'll go over that in just a minute. Thank you for reminding me about that too. There are additional savings for out of state as well, and so we'll talk about that too. That if if you're not eligible for dual enrollment, how else can you get some of those college credits at a more affordable rate? Awesome, thank you. We're going to come back to that in just a moment. I always think it's so important to hear from students. How was that experience taking a college class in high school? How did they utilize dual enrollment? What was just that process? What did they learn about themselves through this process as well? So I'm going to play this short video. This is with was a rising junior at the time, so it was the summer before her junior year at South Burlington High School, and Julia decided to take an English class, and she walks us through that experience, and we'll just listen to that here for a moment.
My name is Julia. I'm a junior at South Burlington High School. Dual enrollment is a way to take college classes for free as a high schooler.
The dual part was awesome. I know Julia really enjoyed that. She liked that she could get credit for her high school classes and then in the end get some college credit as well.
I was curious about taking college courses and I wanted to know more, so I scheduled a meeting with my guidance counselor and they went over everything and they were like, we have this awesome program, the dual enrollment program. You can take classes at a few different colleges for free. You can pick the class that you want. You will get credits for college and credits for high school. And then from there, I just looked at the UVM course catalog, found a course I wanted to take. I was specifically looking for an English class because I needed an English credit for high school. So I was looking at only the English classes, but within that, I could take any course that was offered at that time. Well, I could have taken AP Language and Composition during high school to get that English credit, and that could transfer to college as well if I did well on the AP exam. However, that didn't really fit well into my high school schedule, and I wanted to have a free block in my schedule, and the only way to do that was to take a class out. So I thought, how can I get this credit a different way? And that's how I came across dual enrollment, and that's why I decided to take the class over the summer.
I would say to a parent who's considering dual enrollment to really go for it. If your child is interested at all, I would definitely encourage them to check it out. I think it's going to give them a real leg up when they actually go to college. They're not going to be so nervous and worried about what it's going to be like.
I think that if one of my peers or another student at my school was thinking about doing dual enrollment, I would tell them to go for it. I would say that it's going to be scary at first, and I was certainly worried about it. But you fall into a groove, and there's people there to help you, your friends, your family, they want to help you, your professor, they want to help you, they want to make sure that you succeed. So I think that I would say don't let fear hold you back. I think you should just go for it and see where it takes you.
Love hearing that from Julia. And so many points that she makes, just easing that anxiety, that stress, that concern that you mentioned, Kristen, too, about what college will be like, and confidence. I feel like she built so much confidence by taking that class. And many times students do take to a pre-college course, which also could be a summer academy course, but they do that over the summer as well. And so there's 3 different start times for those courses through pre-college in addition to summer academy. So really cool opportunity for students over the summer when maybe they have a little extra time to test that out. And on this slide, I just wanted to make note that students are supported. They can utilize the writing centers, tutoring, advising. Kristen is there to help you along with that process. And we have a very robust online virtual learning community, which has so many resources in there as students embark on a college journey. Just some deadlines here as well. And as I mentioned, pre-college, and maybe Kristen, define that for me. Taking pre-college courses versus summer academy, what is the difference?
Sure. So a pre-college course is a general college level course that other undergraduate students will be enrolled in. So it's your intro to classes. So your intro to psychology, your art history courses, your college writing courses. The Summer Academy is a unique courses designed for high school students specifically. So only high school students will be enrolled in the courses, and the faculty are aware that that is their audience. So they're working with them in a unique way, and it's also packaged slightly differently. So the classes have very specific content to help students, understand different areas of subjects.
Right. Yeah. And we'll get to that listing of courses for Summer Academy this summer. So back to what Kristen was saying, these courses are the same for pre-college are the same courses that the undergrad students are taking. And so you can see there are actually 3 start dates in the summer with Summer University, first one starting in May. And then if you're interested in going along with the fall semester, the fall date and deadline for start, and then spring as well. So again, following that semester. Kristen had mentioned quite a bit about dual enrollment, up to 4 credits, tuition fully reimbursed through the voucher system 2 times, so 2 vouchers up to 4 credits. And then maybe just walk us through, okay, if you are not at a public school in Vermont, and so maybe the voucher program doesn't apply to you, how else? Because I see a 50% off in-state academic year tuition. So how else can you save money on college courses?
So if you're not eligible for the dual enrollment vouchers, you are eligible to receive the 50% tuition discount. And that starts really in 9th grade. If you are a high school student, you are eligible for the tuition discount. And it also is extended to the summer after your senior year. So vouchers must be used before the end of your senior year. So the latest you could use it is the spring. But the 50% tuition discount is extended through that summer following graduation. So it's really a great opportunity for students to take a couple of classes before they even begin college in the fall.
Yeah, you don't very often get the opportunity at 50% off of the academic tuition rate, so take advantage of it. So Kristen mentioned Summer Academy. So a little bit different. It's a 4-week time frame each summer, hence why it's called Summer Academy, usually in July, beginning of July. And this focuses on areas of study, and it's only high school students involved in Summer Academy. So you can see a few points here. In terms of what they're gaining, very similar to what Kristen was describing for pre-college as well. It's those relationships, it's understanding what college is like, gaining credits, and also being involved in that online pre-college community. We've very heavy in our Summer Academy, usually in health and sciences, which is because of access to Larner College of Medicine. We've had a wonderful partnership with them, and our students, our high school students, are often taught by Larner College of Medicine faculty, which is an amazing opportunity if you're at all interested in medicine. Do you want to just touch on the types of classes that you're seeing here, Kristen, and what tend to be most popular?
So as you said, we do have quite a bit in the health field. And the one that has been around the longest is the Health and Medicine Academy. I think as long as I've been here, that one's been offered in various ways. So it's changed through the year. So it's not the same content year after year. And that tends to be the most popular. That's for students who are really interested in exploring the medical field, learning a little bit more about what it means, the different facets of medicine, because there are so many different options and opportunities. And then depending on the year, the Facing Environmental Futures is an environmental geography course. I think that's been very popular in the past. They've really all we've had a really good offering with, I know it seems like it's heavy on the sciences, but the balance with the arts, the photography course is really great, and the geography with the environmental focus, it's been really great. So it's sort of something for everyone, really. And
we had one student that we featured on our blog that she's a STEM student this year, a first-year student at UVM, but she took storytelling with photographs last summer before coming to UVM, and she said, I needed something creative. I needed something that didn't have a formula. So I love to think about thinking outside of maybe what you might focus on for your studies to explore something else and something different too, which is really cool. So we're going to play one more video. This is a student, Jeswin. He's a junior this year at Harwood Union High School, and he took introductory to neuroscience. Actually, I think he took biomedical and disease last year, and he's interested in taking the neuroscience this summer. So he was so enthralled and enjoyed the experience that he's planning on coming back. So let's hear from Jeswin about his experience taking a course last summer with Summer Academy.
I feel like I've changed as a person by taking the UVM class. You know, I gained not just like health and medicine skills, also like, you know, time management skills, organization skills, communication skills. Like these things I could learn in school, but I could learn them to a better degree with the UVM class. And so I feel like the skills I learned transcend just subject matter. And so by taking another UVM class next summer, I can expose myself, not maybe, I don't know, at that time, will I take another medicine one or not? I don't know. But I know that like the skills that, you know, I'll gain from that class will still be beneficial to wherever I go in life. So it's a really, really good way to learn, not just about the subject, but more than that.
Hang on, sorry, microphone's on now. They gain so much more than just the academics. You know, really it's learning about themselves. And as Kristen said, learning about how to be a college student, what's the expectations and what is the rigor that you can expect. So Summer Academy, Kristen, just touch on this. Dual enrollment applies for Summer Academy, as we mentioned as well. And I'm also seeing the 50% saving on the academic tuition here for Summer Academy too.
Yes, this year we are online again, so we don't have a residential component. In other years, when we have a residential component, there would be fees assessed, but this year it is strictly tuition based. So if you use a dual enrollment voucher, it will cover the tuition for the Summer Academy courses. And I don't believe any of the courses have lab fees, so you would just need only the comprehensive fee is applicable at this point. And then otherwise, the 50% tuition discount for both in-state and out-of-state students is an option as well.
Awesome. You don't want to miss that. You know, I feel like thinking of college expenses and the opportunity to gain credits at such an amazing price is really amazing. And I wish that I had that when I was in high school. So as we had listed just a few minutes ago, here's again those courses for Summer Academy, and application is open, actively receiving applications. In the past, we would say, get that application in. You know, we're very limited in space for the residential program, but with an online program, we have a lot more flexibility, which is great. But please don't wait, because the application deadline is going to come up pretty quick as well. And we get this question a lot. And so I thought I certainly want to open it up to our guests. If you do have any questions, please put it into the chat box. We'd love to answer those questions for you. But this one I know that you get all the time. Which one should I do if I'm a student, or which one should I encourage my child to do if I'm a parent of a high school student? How do you help them to answer that, Kristen?
It's a tough one. I think ultimately it's the end goal. Students have come saying that they need to fulfill certain credits. They want to take English because they have an English credit at the high school that they want to fulfill, or science, and they just want to take something that is outside of what they're being offered at the high school level. And then other students want to have something, maybe they're a little hesitant, they don't want to jump into something with other undergraduates, they want to ease into the experience, and that's where the summer academy courses are perfect for a student. And honestly, if there's a particular area of interest, a lot of students come to the summer academy because they're very interested in the topics being highlighted, and but then those students in the same summer might take a pre-college course. So because that's a July class, you still have the flexibility to take other classes and get a few classes under your belt in the summertime. So it's, you know, it's not a one size fits all. It's really what you want to do with it, what you want to get out of it. And it's certainly a conversation you can have with your parent, with a guidance counselor, or with me.
Awesome. And I'm glad you made mention of the school counselors too, because that's really, and of course conversations with your family, but that's often where you need to start. You need to go in and talk to the school counselor and say, I'm interested in this. What's the voucher system? How do I fit it in? Because I also hear a lot from high school students, and Julia mentioned that in her video, how do I fit this in during the academic year? And we have another student that we're featuring on our website as well. Her name is May. She's a senior at Burlington High School. And she did just that. She said, okay, I want to take this class. I want to take Russian, the introductory Russian class. It's offered at these times a day. How do I fit it into my schedule? And that's where the counselor really helps them to see how they can fit in that college class to make it work. And so it's so amazing to have all of this support so that students can try a college class while still in high school. So we do have two guests. I just want to give an opportunity if you have any questions. I know we've talked about a lot of things today, but just give you an opportunity for any questions. I'm going to zip back here for just some of those deadline slides. Summer Academy, again, here's the courses for Summer Academy. That application deadline is on our website at learn.uvm.edu, and that application deadline's coming up. In terms of the pre-college, some different application deadlines. And Kristen, I want to just ask here, because May 23rd seems a little less than a month now at this point, so it seems pretty close. In terms of dual enrollment and getting into a course, do they still have time for May?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, we're a month away, a little less than a month away. There's opportunity, but I would start to have the conversation with your school counselor now, because if there is a voucher involved, that can be a bit of a process. There's a little back and forth. It's not quite as simple as just asking for one. So I would recommend giving at least a full week before a course starts, especially as the summer courses are condensed. They're intensive. It's basically our full semester is condensed into 4 to 6 weeks. So you have you have to turn around pretty quickly on whether or not you want to take the course. So we want students to be ready to go on day one. We don't want to have late admits. And because there's 3 different summer starts, there's certainly, if a May session course does not fit, there's always June and July to consider.
Right. And then the fall, so it's certainly not too late or too early, to put in, an application to consider something for the fall as well. So just that planning ahead, because fall courses, you can see what's listed for the fall also. Awesome. Great.
We're registering fall now too. So better.
Yeah, exactly right. If you're thinking about it, don't wait, because you want to give you the time to be able to find the right course and fit that in and have all those conversations. So awesome. Well, thank you both, Penny and Kyla, for joining us today. We appreciate the time that you have taken. And Kristen, thank you so much for walking us through pre-college programs at the University of Vermont. We wish all of you a great afternoon. Take care.